one strategy we have to kind of check the work is called the too high, too low strategy. It's pretty self-explanatory, but let me go through the process here. Mrs. Buxton is very worried that the Warrior students will not know their schedule. She decides to print 4 copies for each of the 123 Warrior students. How many copies does she need to print in all? And we would want the students to be able to recognize, all right, 4 copies, that's an important thing, and there's 123 students, so each student's going to get that 4 times. Usually this word each is a hint that multiplication might be involved, and so hopefully the students are able to recognize, all right, we're going to multiply here. Let's say, for instance, though, that they wanted to check their multiplication when they were done. And generally, the bigger the numbers when you multiply, the more likely a mistake could happen. So a number like 123, a big number like that, they can make a mistake with that. And a lot of times, too, when they're multiplying 2-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers, or even worse, 3-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers, there's a lot of room to make errors there. So we come up with a number that's too high based on this. So if there's 123 and 4, we're multiplying those together, we got to make one of these numbers a little bit higher. And I always tell the students that zeros are your friends. You want to use zeros in these numbers so that it's easy to multiply in your head. So for something that's too high, what I would do is change 123 to 200. And the students are usually able to recognize, all right, 2 times 4 is 8. And I just need to write 2 zeros down there. And even if they need to do the math out, 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 0 is 0. You get the idea. Pretty easy to do in your head. So this would be 800, and they know 800 is going to be too high. And then if they had to figure out the too low, it's a similar thing. And they could even say, if they wanted to do 123 times 1, I guess they could do that. The way that I've set this one up is 100 times 4. I mean, this will get them a little bit more accurate. So we would write, again here, we'd write 400. So they know that the answer now has to fall between 400 and 800. And actually, intuitively, too, they understand a lot of times with the students, they understand that 123 is closer to 100. So your answer is actually going to be closer to 400. And just for the fun of it, I'll do that out. And as you'll see here, my answer came out a little bit closer to 400 than it would to 800. It's going to be 492 copies that she needs to print. But you can sense how, once they get this answer here, they can feel pretty good about it now because they've already gone off and checked their work before they started the problem. And it's kind of a nice little security blanket for them.